What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen Brunson, he that dude. Jalen Brunson is that dude for real. He just he just knocked the Detroit Pistons out of the series. Detroit, they put up a good fight. I like that dude, Cade Cunningham. Who else they got? They got who else they got? I think like around Cade Cunningham, you got some guys. What's the dude? He's a twin. I get those two. One is named Amen and Adore Thomas or something, but that they got a nice young nucleus of guys in Detroit, right? And so Detroit actually, in my opinion, they did better throughout the series. I mean, throughout the season that I thought they was going to do. Like Detroit, I think last year they only won like 14 games. So for them to even make it into the playoffs, I thought that was big for Detroit. And then when they get into the playoffs, they pushed New York. They really pushed New York, and it wasn't like a cakewalk for the guy, for what's the guy name? For Jalen Brunson. It wasn't a cakewalk. It wasn't easy. They had to grind it out. But coming into this last game, you could tell from the start that Jalen Brunson was like he wanted, he just wanted to put this team on his back, and he did it. Like right out the gate, Jalen Brunson just came out. I don't know who was playing a one-on-one, but he just took and hit a mid-range jumper, gave him a move, hit a jumper from like on the wing, and he set the tone from the door, right? And so, like I said, Detroit pushed him, but Jalen Brunson was the difference. I'm looking forward, like Detroit, to just to get better from here. They got a nice young team, and I just look for Detroit to get better from here. But back to the Brunson and the Knicks. Now they getting ready to go. They get ready to get into the meat and potatoes of this thing right here, man. They get ready to go up against the Celtics. And this is a whole different. It's a whole different, and it's a whole different animal. I don't think they're gonna beat the Celtics, but I don't think that they're gonna be able to really like push the Celtics to about a game to game 6. I think they'll win 1 or 2 games in this series, right? Provided both teams are healthy, I think that the Knicks will win 1 or 2 games in the series. But I think that because of the length and the tough defense that Boston play, I think it's going to be hard for Jalen Brunson to do the things that he did against the Pistons to the Celtics. Number one, the Celtics have so many defenders that they can send at Brunson that it's crazy. You got Dirk White, very good, on-ball defender. Drew Holiday, a very good on-ball defender. Now, that's not to say that Brunson, he gonna be able to get his baskets. Like, you're not like a professional basketball player. You're not gonna be able to shut this dude down, like that. But the fact that you got these dudes they're gonna just make them work for every bucket. They're gonna make them work for every bucket. And so the thing is too, like when Jalen Brunson is working for every bucket, nobody else on that team, like if Jalen Brunson, he got to be careful because nobody else on that team is going to be able to get into a rhythm. So at points in time throughout the series or throughout any of the games, if you need a bucket from somebody else besides Brunson, because these guys are not going to be in a rhythm, will they be able to come through for New York? Because it can't be, when you're going up against a team like Boston, it can't be all Brunson. Because they, like I said, Brunson is going to he's going to need help basically. because they're going to make him shoot some tough shots. Number one, they're not going to really allow anybody else to get into a rhythm besides Brunson and take and win these games. They don't have to double team Brunson either. Celtics will not have to double team Brunson. So that's another thing, right? Which I think that works into the Celtics. Because usually, like, if they're going to be looking like the Celtics are going to, or the Knicks are going to be looking for certain matchups. And so with certain matchups, they're going to be looking for an advantage. So if Brunson gets switched off on Derek White, or if he gets switched off on Drew Holiday, it's still, he's still going to see solid defense. Like, the plan is going to be, no matter who's on Brunson, the plan is going to be to make him work for every basket. And so, like I said, if the series go to 6 games, which I think it probably will go to 6 games, I'll be surprised if they are able to get Brunson out of there, Brunson and the Knicks out of there in 5 games. And I'll really be shocked if they sweep the Knicks. I'm really hoping that they don't sweep the Knicks, right? But yeah, man, I just think that I don't know, man. I just think that it's going to be tough for Brunson to operate. Now, they do have Karl-Anthony Towns. I know people's like, why are you not talking about Karl-Anthony Towns? I don't know, man. I'm not really big on Karl-Anthony Towns, though. I'm just not really big on him. I don't know. I think that's why I think, like, they'll be able to go 6-6, but and they really, Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have to play out of his mind in order for them to get to, number one, force a game 7, and number 2, to even get past Boston, which I don't, like I say, I don't think so, because I just don't think so. Like, even during this series, there was at least 1 or 2 games with Karl-Anthony Towns. He was like he didn't even show up, and it was all on Brunson. So, and I think it'll be the same in this series, man. They're gonna have to really, like, tell Karl-Anthony Towns, like, man, we really need you during this series, man, because it cannot be, everything can't fall in the lap of Jalen Brunson. Like I said, they just have too many defenders, and if Jalen Brunson really get on a run, then they could put Jaylen Brown on him. And Jaylen Brown plays very good on-ball defense too, right? That's just like I seen the Celtics last year against the Mavericks. They really made it hard. They made it difficult for Kyrie Irving, and a big part of that was, like, ain't no mismatches that you can really exploit for Brunson. Like, he won't get caught on somebody like Al Horford, or and I think even Jason Tatum, like I said, with his width, will be able to affect Brunson's shot. It's gonna be tough. Now, say Jalen Brunson get past his man, the number 1 defender. Then you got Al Horford, rim protector. And you got Porzingis as a rim protector. So I do think it's going to be a good series. The Knicks and the Celtics. But I just think that the Knicks across the board just got, they're starting 5. They just have too much length, too much athleticism, and and they got a ton of experience. You know what I mean? The Knicks are the champs until somebody beat them. And I mean, the Celtics are the champs until somebody beat them. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be a good series. I know the dude Brunson going to play hard. But Brunson, last season, Brunson ran out of gas, So it's going to be much of the same. Now, they brought in Karl-Anthony Towns, hoping that he might be the difference. And so this is when that trade for Karl-Anthony Towns, this is what the Knicks was hoping, that the trade for Karl-Anthony Towns, pay off. This is when they wanted to pay off. And so Karl Anthony Towns is going to have to play. He's going to have the ball out of his mind. And for the Knicks to even stand a chance to win this game. And I don't see it. I think they match up. The Celtics really match up really well against this team, against the Celtics. So I'm looking forward to this series. And the Celtics, I think, is going to pull it out in 6. I'm gonna give them 6. But that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, don't forget to leave a comment. And I'll check you all out in the next episode. Peace.